Once again here in Ames, Iowa. Final day of the regular season in the Big 12. Iowa State at home in the white uniforms. Arizona State on the road in the black uniforms. Arizona State did pull off a big upset win earlier this week at home against Darren Peterson in Kansas.
And folks, the goal coming into this game defensively for Iowa State is to make number 5, Mo Odom, have to work hard for everything that he gets, and he has to use that to become a playmaker, as you saw in that last possession.
Well, 1 assist to begin the day already. Santiago Truitt buries the 3, and it's Arizona State who's on the board first. Mike DeCourcy has this Iowa State team a 3 seed. They're trying to get a double bye in the Big 12 tournament. Killian Torrey is way off the mark on the 3. Oh, Bobby Hurley in year number 11. His contract runs out at the end of this year. There's been a lot of speculation surrounding him. Will he be back? Will he not? But he has Arizona State playing the best they've played this season right now.
These kids have really raised their level, winning 4 of their last 6, and would love to finish that off with a win on the road against the Cyclones.
Lipsey comes down. Here's the double team. Truitt kicks to the corner. Step back 3. Gribovich, no. Offensive rebound, Truitt. Coach Hurley said the battle for the glass will be crucial. They are at a size disadvantage against Iowa State, but they've been good on the glass here to start.
Yeah, Truitt does a terrific job of reading angles and getting to the offensive glass. That's going to be important for Arizona State to try to create second opportunities on the glass this afternoon.
TJ Otzelberger has already taken Iowa State to the NCAA tournament in each of his first 4 years. He's a week away from making it a 5th consecutive appearance to begin his time in Ames.
It's been absolutely incredible to see what he's done. A year before he arrived, only 2 wins in his program. Since then, 22, 19, 29, and 25 wins over the last 4 years.
It's a lot of dubs.
Woo. Folks, today you're going to see a little bit of zone at times from the Sun Devils, a little man-to-man. And then he'll trap full court as well.
And you're going to see a lot of that, too, from Joshua Jefferson.
He's so good in space, and you have to get up and take away his angles to the basket. And he does a terrific job of feeling contact and spinning off of it.
One of the front runners for National Player of the Year, an award that Cam Boozer looks like he's running away with at Duke. But still, Joshua Jefferson's been fantastic. Truitt slices through the defense. The floater is off the heel and boarded by Blake Buchanan.
Really good patience, but just couldn't get that one to go.
Lipsey, the runner, high off the end window, won't fall. Rebound tapped out to Momcilovic. Lipsey, Buchanan. Hops his way into the lane. Buchanan too strong on the layup, boarded by Truitt.
It's a really nice late challenge by Truitt. He was beaten by Buchanan inside.
Back-to-back wins for Arizona State. They've won a couple top 15 games in the last 2 weeks. One against Texas Tech, one against Kansas. This is Jupp, and he throws it to nobody.
Well, folks, this is what makes Joshua Jefferson so special. At 6'9", 240 pounds, the ability to operate in space. He feels your body and able to spin back to the opposite side, can finish with either hand around the rim. A point forward does a tremendous job for the Cyclones.
And TJ Otzelberger said he has worked his tail off to be the guy this season. Drop off from Momcilovic into Buchanan with the 2-hand flush.
Momcilovic, such a threat to shoot it from 3. The best 3-point shooter in the country when he rose, drew 2 defenders, and able to make a beautiful pass underneath to Buchanan.
Ball was kicked there. The only 50% 3-point shooter in the nation is Momcilovic, so you better get out on him, but he can also play make a little bit.
Folks, watch as he comes to the basketball here. Blake Buchanan is going to give that little handoff, draws 2 defenders, and no rotation on the weak side. And Momcilovic at 6'8" can see right over the top of the defense, delivers a beautiful pass underneath, and Buchanan, so athletic, a nice finish at the rim. Look at how far Iowa State is forcing the Sun Devils to initiate their offense. They're near the half-court line. Folks, watch as he catches the basketball. Look, he's almost at the half-court line. That pressure from Iowa State is for real.
That was on Dominicus Plata, who just checked into the game for the first time. But they've got Torrey all over Odom. Jupp isolates, spins, fades, and draws a whistle. An Iowa State defense that Does foul here, but they have been spectacular. Top 3 in the Big 12 in a number of categories, including leading the league in steals and turnovers.
Yeah, the 8th most efficient defense in the country. They create 19 points off of turnovers per game. That's 4th in all of college basketball, and they do it with tremendous pressure, both in the full court and in the half court, and their rotations are early and solid.
You better know how to play defense if you're going to play for TJ Otzelberger.
Otherwise, you won't play.
This is Diop, the freshman from Senegal. Had 19 and 9 in that win against Kansas earlier this week. Arizona State tries to pick up full court, but Lipsey draws a whistle on Grebovic immediately.
The 22-year-old from Montenegro is going to have to be careful not pick up any early silly fouls here, because they need him on the floor to be able to make shots and rebound the basketball.
A couple losses in a row for this Iowa State team, including going on the road in Tucson against the 2nd-ranked team in the nation, Arizona. Diop comes over for the block against Jefferson.
What a reaction by Diop.
Noah Mayusin lobs up top to Diop, and he hammers it. What a sequence on the defensive end, then the offense for Diop.
Because of how the wings of Iowa State play up the line, those middle ball screen opportunities are available. If you can get a quick slip to the rim, it's too long of a run to be able to help. Really well executed in the half court by the Sun Devils.
4 points and a block already for Diop. Lipsey cans the 3. A great start to his senior day.
The heart and soul of this Iowa State Cyclone team.
And now he's got the steal, doing what he does best, flashing behind the back to Nate Heisey.
Look at that defensive pressure.
Heisey does get called for a bump against Mayusin. Oh, Tame and Lipsey doing Tame and Lipsey things early here in Hilton.
The anticipation to jump the passing lane and the awareness to drop the dime. Heisey finishes off. Iowa State up 2 at home.
These are Hardee's Frisco breakfast sandwiches starting at just $3.99. This is the competition's breakfast sandwich. This is our cherrywood smoked bacon, savory sausage, 100% American Angus, crispy hash browns, and buttery toasted sourdough. The McNuthin speaks for itself. And this is where you head to Hardee's. The Frisco breakfast starting at just $3.99 for a limited time, only at Hardee's. Get any sized iced coffee for just $1 when you order on the app.
Create your backyard oasis with Wayfair. First, revamp your garden with a greenhouse. Next, keep it cool with a stylish gazebo. And store it all with organized sheds. Delivered fast and free. Start your outdoor refresh at wayfair.com.
IndyCar Saturday, NASCAR Sunday, live from Phoenix Raceway. The Desert Double starts today at 3 on Fox.
With over 500 million items on the Walmart app, you might be surprised by what you can do. I call this little routine fire and ice.
Guitars by Fender? Bob knew. Get these guys a contract.
Jeff knew. Now this girl dad's flying incredibly close to the sun.
This has great texture.
Go off, Dad.
Adorable. He knew.
New patio.
She knew.
Cool outfit.
And knowing is a beautiful thing. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Oh, you like Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a pepper thing.
Everyone has free offers on the latest phones, but T-Mobile gives a lot more. T-Mobile families saved over $3,700 compared to the other big guys in the past 5 years. Our experience plans include amazing benefits like Netflix, free Dash Pass by DoorDash, and a bunch more. Oh yeah, and a 5-year price guarantee. So you keep saving. Save on a big scale. Switch to T-Mobile and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800.
The Colonel never wanted to give someone a meal they didn't love, so he made the $20 Build-A-Bucket. Your choice of 8-piece chicken or tenders, 4 sides, 4 biscuits. That way, if you weren't happy, he could say, "Don't blame me, you built it." KFC's $20 Build-A-Bucket.
All right, Fox Saturday Night Baseball is back. Same night every week. You bring the couch, we'll bring the drama. Baseball Night in America, only on Fox.
Not all senior days are created equally, and when you went to high school 2.3 miles from here at Hilton Coliseum and you stayed all 4 years, this day means a little bit extra for Taman Lipsey.
Yeah, the hometown hero is dialed in here early and often, able to knock down his 3 ball, get in the passing lane, get out, and assisting. The focus and the attention to detail that he brings on a regular basis in games and in practice, man, exceptional.
A number of fans in headbands today, too. That is in acknowledgement of Taman Lipsey on his senior day. Nobody has had more steals in an Iowa State career than number 3 in whites, who T.J. Otzelberger said there is no better fit for Iowa State basketball than him. Ball was knocked away from Jop. It does stay on this end with Arizona State.
Well, Taman Lipsey is incredibly durable, started all the games that he's been since he's been here at Iowa State, even last year dealing with some injury issues, never even missed a beat.
Mayusin flashes and knocks down a mid-range jumper on the inbounds play.
A little miscommunication there by Iowa State. 2 guys went to 1, which led to a wide open shot from Mayusin. He's the X factor in this game today. They're going to need his defense against Lipsey, and then in the offensive end, he's going to be able to have to make shots as well.
Momcilovic has not taken a shot yet today. He kicks out, and Jefferson drills the 3.
That's the all-around game that we talked about with Joshua Jefferson. Does a little bit of everything for this team.
Johnson with the finish, +1. We welcome in those of you who just got done watching Butler and DePaul on FS1 here to Ames, Iowa. Number 6 Iowa State on its senior day with a 1-point lead over Arizona State. Noah Reed and LaFonso Ellis with you. An Iowa State team that's playing for a double bye in next week's Big 12 tournament. And also with losses in 3 of the last 4, Fonz, probably playing for a bit of momentum too, knowing that the NCAA tournament is so close.
Well, it starts on the defensive end, where this team is terrific at turning teams over. 19 points a game off turnovers. That's 4th in all of college basketball, and we've seen it earlier here in this game.
And they want to fly down the other way too. Buchanan got a good look, but his layup was off the mark. Chance for Arizona State to take the lead. Good kick from Odom. That's Bryce Ford. He sticks the 3 on his first shot attempt of the day.
Well, no, that's what I said earlier. When you're playing against a team that's terrific defensively, you've got to be able to get some in transition. And this game is being played at a really nice pace by both teams here early.
Iowa State gets transition points there. The tip in for Blake Buchanan off the Lipsey miss. Pig Johnson with a bounce inside. Good kick. Odom 3, buries it.
Because of all the pressure Iowa State is putting on Mo Odom, we talked to Coach Bobby Hurley before the game. They're going to play him off the basketball, and that's another way that you can get him involved on the offensive end. Really well executed there by the Sun Devils.
He was candid with us. He said, I'm a little scared to do that, but we got to have the others step up and play with the ball in their hands today. Buchanan had it knocked away from him, and he was hit across the face by Pig Johnson.
Well, it's one of the ways that you can get your best player involved is to get him off the basketball. Little screen here, a beautiful pocket pass, and then you skip it across, and you can find some wide open shots on the weak side of the floor. Man, that was really well executed by Arizona State in the half court. They've got to continue to do so to put pressure, offensive pressure, on this superb Iowa State Cyclone defensive team.
Well, Fonz, we saw it before the FS1 audience joined us. When Odom does have the ball in his hands, they are glued to him from half court and beyond.
Yes. Are you suggesting they don't want to get him involved in the offense?
I think so. Good ball movement. Jamarion Bateman connects on a 3.
You cannot leave Jamarion Bateman open. 67% of his made field goals are 3s, and he's shooting it at a high level over the last couple games.
And so are both of these teams to begin the day. A combined 6 of 8 behind the 3-point line.
This game's got a really good pace to it, doesn't it?
It sure does. It's a game I'd like to play in.
Indeed.
Ford, this one's off the mark. Torrey the rebound, and the Cyclones want to push. The true freshman delivers it. Momcilovic buries the three. The nation's best three-point shooter hits his first of the day. Lipsey steps in, saves it into Ford. Arizona State ends up getting a good look out of it, but the three is short from Johnson, and a foul on the glass goes against Arizona State.
No, we talked about the need for Arizona State to have to play fast and ahead of the defense, but so far, Iowa State is doing a really nice job as well, and that's clearly a foul. When you're the bigger guy, you know that you have the opportunity to be able to get on the offensive glass, and you just can't help yourself but shoving the guy in front. It's so tempting. That's a good call by the official.
And from experience, the little guy like me is going to fall over every time. Here's Lipsey breaking free down the lane, bounces off the rim. Sun Devils with a chance here. Johnson, good, Hezzy, into the paint, off the window. What a finish from Pig Johnson.
I love Pig Johnson. He comes off the bench and gives tremendous energy to this Arizona State Sun Devils team.
Buchanan got the defender up and wave off the dunk. Foul was before the shots. Well, this game is being played fully in transition, Fonz.
Iowa State doing a magnificent job of getting out in transition, making the extra pass. Momcilovic drills that three. And early on, the Iowa State Cyclone fans are loving it.
If it's Saturday night, it's Baseball Night in America, only on Fox.
You guys, Wendy's has new Biggie deals starting at just $4. So now you can decide how biggie you want to go. Which is kind of beautiful. I'm not condensating, you're condensating. More Biggie options so you can get more of what you really want at Wendy's.
When we needed to remodel our kitchen, we went to Angie and found a trustworthy pro who put so much love and care into it.
He treated it like it was his baby.
So when we needed a godfather for our baby, I couldn't trust anyone else. Here you go.
Seriously?
Yes.
Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain caused by inflammation so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
For 250 years, this land has shaped who we are. From generation to generation, fishing has always been part of the American story. And today, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's carry on that tradition with our biggest fishing and boating sale of the year, the Spring Classic Fishing Sale. Trade in your old rotten reel for a new one. Plus, club members enjoy special financing. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, celebrating 250 years of freedom, family, and fishing.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's. Still can't be beat with the big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
As starvation sets in,
this ain't gonna get us another week.
Will families reach their breaking point?
You wanna hate me? That's fine. Are you gonna stick up for me?
Extracted, all new March 16th on Fox.
Discover the hidden wonders at Silver Spring State Park and uncover the secrets of the springs aboard our world-famous glass-bottom boats. Captains share stories of history and folklore, providing a unique view of what lies below the beautiful crystal-clear waters. Explore the Silver River by kayak, canoe, or stand-up paddle to enjoy wildlife above and below the water. Hiking trails, new restaurant, and gift shop add to an unforgettable visit for all ages. Book now at silversprings.com.
A smart advertising strategy starts with smart.
I just want people to see a commercial and come to my business. Complicated?
Not really. Spectrum Reach gets your results by putting your ads in front of your customers, wherever they're watching.
Okay, but is that just Spectrum subscribers?
Beyond Spectrum subscribers, we reach most of the people in your market, effectively and efficiently. That drives your business without breaking the bank.
That's smart. How do I get started?
Go to SpectrumReach.com.
This one, the World Baseball Classic. Aaron Judge, Paul Skeens, and Bryce Harper suit up for the Stars and Stripes as Team USA takes on Great Britain tonight at 8 Eastern, only on Fox. Well, Bobby Hurley's team has come on the road in Ames against number 6 Iowa State, and they are tied 20 apiece, 8 minutes in. Let's check in on his huddle now.
Good
possessions of offense, though. Skipping the ball to Bryce. Coach talked about them rallying to the ball. You got to find those weak side shooters. That's really good. Hey, on the press, we want to get one trap. If they throw it back under the basket, that's fine. We don't want them throwing it to Lipsey in the middle of the floor. Yeah.
Well, Fonz, it's like you know a thing or two about this game, because finding the weak side shooters, like Coach Hurley just said, is something you said just a couple minutes ago.
I can't take full credit for that, but Iowa State converges to the ball heavily, especially when it comes to the painted area. And when it does, it allows opportunities for skips if you have good spacing on the weak side, and that's exactly what Arizona State has had so far.
They've opened up 3 of 6 behind the three-point line. Iowa State is 4 of 5 from 3 on this end. Bateman kicks. This is Lipsey in the corner. Buchanan 2 to shoot. Elevates for 3. He's too strong. And Odom flies in for the board.
The guards of Arizona State do a terrific job of coming down and rebounding those long rebounds.
Bobby Hurley said they had to compete on the glass today. They had a size disadvantage, but he said we have to be really good rebounding the ball. That's Odom on a deep 3 offline.
Yeah, Iowa State would live with those contested threes there from Mo Odom. He can make them, but they'd rather him make it take difficult shot versus those wide open ones that he's been able to get here early.
Torrey airballed it 3 early in this game, hasn't taken a shot since then, and Arizona State is sagging off of him. Shot was blocked by Truitt on the Momcilovic 3.
Arizona State's been able to find some really nice looks by getting that basketball in the paint, forcing that defense to converge and kicking it out to open shooters. And if they're going to have to try to win this game on the road, they've got to continue to attack either off the bounce or off the pass and kick it to the weak side where they'll find wide open looks as they have so far in this game.
Momcilovic has a big size advantage down low in the post against Ford, and Bryce Ford is called for the foul. To your point, Fonz, 6 assists on 7 made field goals early for Arizona State. They are sharing and moving the ball really well.
Yeah, 3 of 7 from 3, taking advantage of the dribble penetration, and I think they've done a better job too of getting into the paint and not allowing the pressure from Iowa State to force them to initiate their offense near half court as it did earlier.
Jefferson blocked from behind by Truitt. His second block of this possession. Jefferson, no, got the miss, reaches through the defense and draws a whistle.
Truitt has really made a difference here early in this game for Arizona State defensively. At 6'11", his length has bothered the inside play of the Iowa State Cyclones. And I love what Jefferson did there. A little pump fake, got him to go up, and then drew the contact and opportunity for 2 free throws here.
Swirls all the way around the rim and through.
That's a senior day.
Yeah. You only get that roll on the home floor on senior day.
Indeed.
Jefferson will take it.
He's changed his body, adding a bit more muscle. Last year, maybe an NBA two-way kind of guy, but this year, he's clearly worked himself into a first-round pick.
That one spins out. He splits the pair. He puts Iowa State in front by a point, approaching the midway mark of the first half here in Hilton Coliseum. Mayusin, good kick. Truitt got the defender up, drives baseline, stops, floats, no tip in there though. McCabe with the finish.
Yeah, McCabe's been banged up lately. Took a bad spill in the last game. Slasher, open floor, place from that dunker spot. He's got some size and beef to compete on the inside.
He's been questionable the last 3 games. He's played in all of them.
Nice job running Bateman off that 3.
Lipsey, good feet inside Jefferson. Buchanan, that is
what a flash by Jefferson. Inside. Buchanan made a nice little cut along the baseline. I love those big-to-big passes inside.
Already 6 points for Buchanan, who averages just 8 a game. McCabe twisting through the defense, and there's a foul on Iowa State that sends McCabe to the line.
TJ Otzelberger talked about the ball staying hot, and watch as the basketball enters inside here to Joshua Jefferson. Kicks it out here, screens it, rolls it, catches it on that short roll, and he's an excellent decision maker. If the big steps up, then you make the pass. If he stays low, you take the shot. No big in the country better at making that decision than Joshua Jefferson.
Well, Fonz, I don't think a lot of 6'9" guys would have the ability to make the decision for that to be a pass instead of going up with it.
You're talking about one of the elite passing big men in the country, averaging over 5 assists a game. Remember, folks, he's already had 2 triple-doubles on this season. He's been a remarkable pickup for the Iowa State Cyclones.
That was his second foul that he just picked up, and T.J. Otzelberger electing to keep Joshua Jefferson on the floor with those 2 fouls. McCabe goes 1 of 2 at the line, tied back up at 23 apiece. And Jefferson can also do this, initiate the offense.
He surely can.
Probably made the pregame meal, too.
Right?
Momcilovic spins it back out. This is Torre from the wing, rims out. Heisey had the ball knocked away from him. Play to the rebound. Momcilovic, hand in his face. He's cooled off a little bit from 3 recently, Momcilovic has. But they've also played some of the best teams in the Big 12 recently. And Joshua Jefferson, only Big 12 player in history to have that stat line at the end of the season. He is in company 1 of 1.
No question about it. I mean, Mr. Do-It-All, what doesn't he do out there for the Iowa State Cyclones? I wonder if he delivers DoorDash as well.
I'm sure if you ask him, he would. Job had the pass knocked to free. Momcilovic, Torre with a bounce to Heisey. Attacking baseline, good feed. Plata is rejected by Job.
Job's reaction to the basketball is remarkable.
Now as a post touch here, double team comes down, has to fling a pass out of it.
Almost had that one.
Yeah. Saw you jump out of your seat, too. There's Truitt lowering the shoulder into Jefferson, and he's called for an offensive foul.
Folks, Job is 7'1", a 230-pound freshman, and has terrific instincts around the rim. Most people are there dunked on, and the ability to be able to help and then recover.
This is remarkable to me. A freshman who has more blocks than fouls. He can defend at the rim, Fonz, at such an elite level without fouling, which is something that not a lot of players can do.
Does a tremendous job of keeping his hands extended and out, and so he never allows you to get into his body. That puts him in jeopardy to be able to pick up a foul.
Bateman's floater is short. Somehow he's the one that tracks down his own miss off the deflection. Jefferson spins baseline. Now working back to the middle. One-hand pass whipped to the corner. Lipsey, step back. Jefferson, 2 on the timer. Left it short on the corner 3. That's a great possession of defense.
It really was. I mean, you saw every aspect of it. Pressure on the basketball, rotations, and then finishing it with a block out. Really well done by Arizona State.
Job stepping into a 3. In and out. He hit 2 of them against Kansas earlier this week.
Like Bobby Hurley said, if you're going to defend the rim and block shots the way you do and rebound, you can take up 1 or 2 of those a game.
You earned 1. He had made 6 threes all season before Tuesday night, and then he hit 2 against Kansas.
Yes.
Back cut and really nice pass, too, from Plata into Lipsey. Great game we've got from Hilton Coliseum. Tied at 23 apiece here on Senior Day. Hilton Magic trying to do its work here on FS1.
How did I get here? A grandma with vision loss from wet AMD. Riding across the desert. It started when Vabysmo opened up my world. I was worried I was losing sight of the world around me, but my doctor recommended Vabysmo. Vabysmo is different. It's the only treatment thought to block 2 causes of wet AMD. I was so excited when my granddaughter asked me to ride across the desert with her, knowing that Vabysmo improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Vabysmo could cause eye infection, retinal detachment, temporary increase in eye pressure, an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke, or severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your doctor or retina specialist right away.
Now I've got my sights set on the road ahead. Open up your world with Vabysmo.
The #1 prescribed FDA-approved treatment for wet AMD. Ask your retina specialist about Vabysmo.
Pump up the volume.
Go ahead. Crank the volume. We got you. USPS has increased daily package processing capacity by 46% in the past 5 years. And with USPS Ground Advantage, your packages stay in our secure network, dock to door, nationwide. For full visibility, near real-time tracking, affordable pricing, for peace of mind. USPS Ground Advantage.
Any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 is Domino's best deal ever. Translation for basketball fans, it's like the GOAT of pizza deals. It's like down the baseline, through traffic, 360, double clutch, reverse, slam. Do I need to go on? Domino's.
Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk brings more goodness to every sip. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and creaminess that makes smoothies even smoothier. Fairlife.
Giant Slayer and God's Chosen. He united a kingdom and changed the course of history. I'm Zachary Levi, and this is David, King of Israel. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
No nights off in the Big 12. Every matchup is personal. Every game is a battle. And everyone is coming for your spot. Bring that pressure right to the paint. Game on the line. Clock winding down. Fans on their feet. 30 years strong, and now we shine so bright they can't help but watch. This is where every month feels like March. This is Big 12 men's basketball. This is a different league.
Arizona State in a battle with #6 Iowa State on the road, tied 23 apiece, and large part due to the defense. The gap in rotation from Arizona State early has been really good.
It really has, and it's Iowa State that we know to be so good defensively, the 8th most efficient defense in the country, but it's been Arizona State who's been rock solid. Look at this closeout here, folks. Able to get the basketball under control, and you see there that Anthony Johnson's actually out of position, but gets himself back in position. Basketball is under control, and all of a sudden you swing it, basketball's in front, get a little gap help from the corner man, forcing Lipsey to have to give it up, and then a contested shot by your 6'9", 240-pound power forward. You'll take that all day long. Bobby Hurley wanted his guys to be locked in on the defensive end if they wanted to have any chance of winning this game on the road. So far, so good.
You know, I think when you look at the season as a whole, Fonz, and you see 16-14 overall, 7-10 in the Big 12, that doesn't really jump out to you. But the play of Arizona State the last couple weeks, they have a pair of top 15 wins in the last 2 weeks. This is their best basketball, and they're playing it at the right time in March.
They really are, and you talk about a team that's just really well connected. No one cares who scores. Everyone locked in on the defensive end. They have multiple ways to defend you, full court pressure, half court traps. They play a little bit of zone. I've been really impressed with the growth of this team over the last 2 weeks.
This end has kind of cooled off a little bit for Arizona State. They started 3 of 4 behind the three-point line, but have missed 4 straight since. Mayusin using the body against Bateman, the defender, and he earns a trip to the free throw line.
And I was just getting ready to say the reason they've cooled off is they've not been able to get that basketball in the paint and force help. Mayusin doing a really nice job of turning that corner and using his body as a shield and drawing that foul. An opportunity for 2 free throws here. I asked Bobby Hurley before the game is who's your X factor? He said without a question is Noah Mayusin. His ability to be able to make shots and then defend Taman Lipsey on the opposite end was going to have to be huge this afternoon. So far he's gotten off to a tremendous start on both sides of the ball.
Something about guys named Noah, man.
I knew you were going to slide that in sooner or later. You definitely are my X factor, big guy.
I appreciate that, Fonz.
The full court pressure here. And you'll see that, folks, for the rest of this game. The Sun Devils will mix their defensive up. Oftentimes, they'll try to do it to trap and get a steal. Other times, they're trying to get some precious ticks off that shot clock.
Heisey curling off the screen. Kicks back out. Open Bateman. Off the heel and in. That's what they mean by Hilton Magic, I guess.
Yes. senior day bounce. You can't leave Bateman open. He's too good of a shooter.
Mayusin pass deflected. Heisey the steal. Bateman streaking out, and he flushes it. Timeout, Bobby Hurley with Arizona State down at 5, and it's all Iowa State right now.
And folks, this is my first time to Hilton Coliseum, and I've heard about Hilton Magic, and it's a full display there with a little extra bouncer. That's from 3. That's hard to do. And then you talk about the nature of this Iowa State team. They create offense off of their defense, able to get out in transition, and Bateman finishes it as the crowd goes nuts up in here. All of a sudden, Iowa State's starting to get a little bit of mojo on the defensive end and create some separation in this game.
And Nate Heisey in the middle of all of that. He had the assist on the offense, then the steal and the assist on the breakaway. And his family, I mean, I guess they did some pretty cool stuff recently. His sister Taylor with a goal in the semifinals of the Olympics against Sweden, and then had the game-winning assist in the gold medal game for the U.S. Olympic hockey team.
In overtime, nonetheless, this team has had, this family has had a tremendous last month, and a lot of great memories being built there. I was thrilled. I was in the air, and I didn't know that we'd won gold. My wife shared it with me. I was like, yes, let's go, USA.
Well, Arizona needs something on this end. They've gone about 4.5 minutes without a field goal.
Yeah, it's got to break Mo Odom, number 5 in black. Got to break him open.
Haven't had a lot of touches for him recently. Jop, the big man, spins through the paint. Gribovich elevates for 3, left it short.
I love the early push by Taman Lipsey. Man, it puts so much pressure in your transition defense.
And Bateman can't hit the 3 here.
Arizona State had success early playing Mo Odom off the basketball, and they were able to get into their side and middle pick and roll action, get the ball in the middle of the floor, and then were able to kick it to him for an open shot.
Jop had it knocked away by Heisey from behind, and then a foul on the floor called against Iowa State. That's against Nate Heisey, his second here in the first half.
When you put that basketball on the floor, you get so many white jerseys around, and Jop's fortunate not to turn that basketball over.
So Heisey goes to the bench with his second foul. Masamba Jop going to the free throw line. A freshman out of Senegal who did not arrive on campus until September, Fonz. You're talking about after classes started, and you missed about 2 to 3 months of learning the offense, learning the system, building chemistry with your teammates, yet it doesn't feel like he missed any time.
Skilled footwork, touch, face-up floaters, and his shot blocking ability, superb.
We chatted with Bobby Hurley just about 45 minutes before the game today, and he said if you go back and you watch the game against Arizona, that's a top 2 team in the country. He said for 30 minutes of that game, Jop was the best player on the floor.
Yes, and you can see it, playing with tremendous confidence, can knock down an open 3 when given it to him. I mean, this guy has a tremendous ceiling.
That's the word they've used a lot with him, is ceiling. They think he has the potential to be really, really good over time. Dribble handoff between Jefferson and Lipsey. Lipsey gets in the paint, falls away on a mid-range jumper, and left it well short.
See how Anthony Johnson, number 2 in black, can use his speed to get in the lane.
Gets it to Jop, who gets in the lane. Swings back to Johnson, one more of the quarter. Odom with a hand in his face, too strong.
Yeah, he didn't get that off cleanly. He caught that basketball a little funky, and it never got in his hand properly to get a clean look at the basket.
Lipsey called for a travel there in transition, so Iowa State gives it right back. Just the second turnover today for the Cyclones. They forced 7 for Arizona State, which is such a key piece of their game plan. They want to turn you over and get out and run with it.
Look at this pressure.
Torre, the steal against Odom, and an easy lay-in. And he's got some words for Odom, too.
Okay. Well, Odom's got a big smile on his face. Let's see if he can get a good response.
Johnson lowers the shoulder. Way short. Missed everything. And they're going to let him hear about it.
Got numbers.
Jefferson. Oh, Euro through the lane and finishes. Bobby Hurley's got to watch it. He might get teed up. He is livid with the officials.
This Iowa State team is explosive in transition, able to create offense out of their defense. Torrey scores there, and I think Bobby Hurley may have just drawn a technical.
With less burning, itching, and pain from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, imagine being a million miles away. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. Most people saw 100% clear skin that stayed clear even at 5 years. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
OMG, y'all. Travelers swear by this one trick. What's up with Mom?
She's been scrolling travel advice for hours. Now she's got influencer brain.
Wonder what this luggage brand sent me? It's luggage. Vocal fry. Time for a glow up. Hashtag paid partner. Stop scrolling. Keep scrolling. Stop scrolling.
You gotta use Kayak. They compare hundreds of sites so you always get your trip right.
Oh, Mama's back, fam. Illy.
Kayak. Got that right.
Sarah Benzino. Brandon Coley. Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
Yeah! Woo!
What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
We actually sold the Twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
If you need a tan, I'm your man. Could do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
You're in canyons and on summits, going the distance for the perfect ingredient, and navigating to places you've never been. This is what you do. This is who you are. And you have no intention of ever giving that up. Make your pastimes last a lifetime with Lincoln Financial.
Gillette Labs is just a fancy-looking Fusion 5? No, it ain't. It's Gillette's best shave. And its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer. Hey, Joe, come feel my cheeks.
Dad.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
Well, Bobby Hurley thought that Iowa State got away with an offensive foul and a travel on back-to-back possessions. He got teed up after going at the officials for a little bit. And so we got free throws for Iowa State coming out of this, and he completely disagreed with that.
You think so? What gave you that impression?
Well, his team got off to such a great start offensively. Began 7 of 11, including 3 of 4 from 3, but just 1 make in the last 7 attempts.
And part of that, Noah, is Iowa State's really raised the level of their defense, forcing this offense to initiate out towards half court, and they've not given up the paint and having to converge, which has left Iowa State vulnerable to some three-point looks from the weak side of the floor for Arizona State.
Momcilovic, the best three-point shooter in the nation at over 50%, taking the technical free throws. You know, and to your point, Fonz, TJ Otzelberger, the first thing that he said to you and I before the game today is turning our defense into offense. We have to get live ball turnovers and turning them into points, and they've done that several times already.
Yes, all of a sudden, Arizona State's turned that basketball over 9 times, and Iowa State's been able to convert it to 12 points. And so when you're playing on the road, you don't want to give a really good high-level team easy opportunities. And so far, Arizona State has not been able to take care of the basketball over the last 6 minutes.
And it's led to the largest lead of the day for Iowa State, up 9. This is Odom circling through the defense. Everybody left him, and he knocks down a mid-range jumper. They're going to give it to him.
He doesn't need much space. And we said earlier that in order for the Sun Devils to win this game, he's got to have a big afternoon.
That was the first bucket in almost 6.5 minutes for Arizona State, too. One they desperately needed.
It's a good trap.
And a 5-second call against Jefferson. Well, this is one of the best conferences, if not the best conference in college basketball. Mike DeCourcy has 8 teams in the tournament field, plus Cincinnati and Oklahoma State have the opportunity in the next week or so, Fonz, to work their way into the field.
Indeed, and how about the job that Johnny Dawkins has done at UCF? Which are no returning starting players at all. And to put themselves in position and into the NCAA tournament, he's done a superb job.
This was an Iowa State team that was on the 1 seed line 2 weeks ago when the selection committee did their preview show, but they've lost 3 of 4 since then. Great ball movement. Odom rises for 3 and connects.
And notice what that came off of. Dribble penetration, able to touch the paint. Anytime Arizona State's been able to touch the paint, they've been able to get a good look from 3.
Torrey draws a foul underneath, so he heads to the free throw line.
Folks, watch the ball movement from Arizona State. Dribble penetration to the baseline, and because of how hard Iowa State converges to the basketball, one more, Mo Odom able to get a wide open 3 and drills it to kind of stymie that momentum that was clearly in the favor of Iowa State.
And you said it once earlier too, Fonz, but a lot of success for Arizona State today has actually come when Odom's been off the ball.
Yes, because Killian Torrey is doing a tremendous job of taking away his airspace. We've seen him steal it from him in the backcourt and get a layup. And so one of the ways that you try to get your star player open is getting them off the basketball. And we've seen it several times so far in this game. Nice job by Lipsey blowing that hand up off. Blowing it up.
Johnson slicing through the 2 defenders and squeezes through for the bucket.
I love Pig Johnson. Man, he gives them such a boost coming off the bench.
He plays with no fear either.
He is absolutely fearless.
Torrey, the defense sagging off of him. Heisey skips to the corner. Torrey, way off again. The second airballed 3 he's had in this first half.
He's been struggling from 3 and has completely lost his confidence. Folks, Pig Johnson comes off the bench and is an explosive downhill driver and absolutely fearless. They list him at 6'3". I think that's very generous. I think he's around 6 feet tall, with the ability to be able to body seek and draw contact, and then the physicality to be able to finish over the top. Man, he's had a terrific year.
First name is Anthony, goes by Pig. Got that name because when he was about 3 or 4 years old, he liked to play football with his friends. His mom didn't know that he was out playing football, though. And he would come home with grass stains and dirt stains all over his pants. She didn't know what was happening, so she started calling him Pig because of it, and it's stuck ever since.
Playing on the hardwood, so you can't see the stains and all of that, but he certainly gets gritty out there on the hardwood.
And he got a hand in on it there on the defensive end to knock the ball free. He actually said football inspires his basketball style, too. He wants to be tough and aggressive, and he gets involved underneath, getting dirty, you might say, underneath the basket.
Yeah, more dribble penetration, and you force that help, and then there's opportunities available. Really nice guard-to-guard pass there from Odom to Pig Johnson.
Ball deflected again, back-to-back turnovers for the Cyclones. Johnson knocked off his path, didn't get a whistle.
Gotta find him.
Momcilovic. Odom, good feed to Bayusin, streaking down the floor for a fast break, too.
Yeah, Iowa State's been pretty casual with the basketball over the last 3 minutes or so. They've got to tighten up on the offensive end.
That won't help. 5 turnovers in the last couple minutes for Iowa State.
Iowa State wants to get Arizona State wants to only get one shot here. So they'll slow it down and wait until about 8 seconds on the shot clock to try to get a good look.
Mayusin kicks. Grebovich for three. You bet!
Triple penetration to the lane and the kick out. It's been really good for ASU.
Lipsey at the horn left it short on the three, and what a close to the first half for Arizona State, going on a 10-0 run in the last two.
Basketball if they want to win this game on its home floor.
A building that has been so difficult for opponents to come in and win. Iowa State 15-1 at home this season, led by as many as 9 in the first half, but Arizona State hit its final 6 shots of the first half, finished the half on a 10-0 run, and they've got a 4-point road lead to begin the second half.
Arizona State 10 assists on 14 made field goals. Pretty efficient on the road.
This is the freshman Torre getting into the paint, too strong on the floater, got his own miss, but then he threw it away. So dating back to the end of the first half, Fonz, that's now 4 Iowa State turnovers in the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I love what Arizona State is doing defensively. They're saying, okay, we're going to stay locked in on 4 players and we're going to force Toure to have to beat us with his offense. And so far, that's worked beautifully over the last 5 minutes of this game.
A 15-4 run since Bobby Hurley got the technical in that first half. He knew what he was doing. Pass is tipped away. Iowa State forces a turnover of their own.
Good anticipation by Joshua Jefferson. Noah, and early, when Iowa State had good flow, they were pushing that basketball out in transition themselves, looking for early opportunities or the secondary break. I'd like to see them continue to do so here in the second half.
And especially off live ball turnovers like we just saw. Lipsey attacking baseline, step back three. It was Jefferson fighting for the rebound, but last off of Arizona State, stays on this end with the Cyclones.
Yeah, didn't finish it with a rebound, but I like the defensive possession there for Arizona State. I'll take a fadeaway 3-point step back shot with my 6'11" power forward challenging that one.
Jefferson shut off by the double team on the baseline. Momcilovic, good defense for Mayusin. Buchanan, 12-foot floater, got the bounce.
Really good patience by Buchanan early in the first half. He was driving it too deep. Good decision there. Here comes the Cyclone faithful.
Mayusin into a triple team pass, batted away by Lipsey, and he saves it in.
Got a push.
Torre has airballed 2 threes. Arizona State's defense is going to let him shoot it if he wants it. Momcilovic battling into the lane. This is Buchanan stepping through the defense, can't lay it in with the left.
Iowa State's missed some point-blank range shots in this game, several of them.
This is Mayusin, fouled from behind by Lipsey.
Reaching around the back, got him underneath the armpit there. That's a good call by the official.
Tannen Lipsey, the local kid from right here in Ames, Iowa, has spent all 4 years here. Before the season started, he said, if I had unlimited eligibility, I would never leave this place. I would play for Iowa State forever.
Wow.
Odom. Oh, got the bounce.
How creative is he with his scoring? That was incredible. Off the wrong leg from 15 feet.
Almost forced the turnover here, but it's Lipsey gliding through the air, +1.
What recognition by Tannen Lipsey. He saw that Masama Diop hadn't established legal guarding position, and when you're inside of that restricted area, and if you're not going vertical, automatically it's a foul. Good recognition by the senior on senior day.
Lipsey had an injury during the junior season of high school where he missed almost an entire year, and TJ Otzelberger said that was the point in which he and the coaching staff got to Ames, so they reached out to him within 48 hours of taking the job, but hadn't really seen a ton of him playing. And then once he got back to full strength at the end of his high school career, he said they went full stalker mode on Lipsey to make sure he stayed here in Ames, Iowa.
In stalker mode. One of the most decorated players in Iowa State history.
I don't know he needed much convincing to stay here.
I got you. He can make that.
And he does. Job steps out, knocks down the 15-footer.
Man, he is going to be a monster as time goes by. So skilled.
Jefferson got the defender up, bounces across the baseline. Catch and shoot. Heisey left the three short. That's a flat bounce.
30-pound freshman from Senegal is incredibly skilled. Look, I mean, beautiful touch. He'll be able to extend it out to three-point range with consistency. You've already seen how awesome he is at altering and blocking shots around the rim. This kid's got a bright future.
You asked Bobby Hurley, did you expect this? And his eyes got wide, and he said, once we got our hands on him, when he got into this program, we were kind of like, wow, this kid can be special.
Indeed.
Truitt. Shot clock dips down to 6. Mayusin left it short on the 3. Jefferson the rebound, and Iowa State has a chance to push where they've been so lethal. Momcilovic.
And Noah, that's why the early push is so important. When we have guys like that who can stretch out the defense, and if you can get one before the defense gets set, I'd like to see more of that from Iowa State.
The nation's best three-point shooter has brought this building to life. Odom isolates 3 to shoot, tapped away by Lipsey. And another turnover. Oh no! They say a foul is called against Iowa State. And it's on Lipsey.
When Iowa State's been able to get out in transition, whether off a missed shot or off a steal, they have been deadly. That defense gets back and is taught to get below the foul line. You do that, you leave Momcilovic wide open. The Cyclones back in this game.
Electricity in the air. This is a Big East tournament, folks. It's time to settle the score. This is what it's all about. A champion will be crowned. You know the crowd is ready.
The Big East tournament, March 12th through the 14th on Fox and FS1.
I can't afford to overpay.
Doug, are you hiding from used car shopping?
Maybe.
I'm always here to help.
Show me, Carfox.
Almost half of all used cars have been in an accident. Half! Carfax can show how damage impacts price, so you don't have to overpay.
Whoa, I don't have to overpay?
You don't have to overpay.
I don't have to overpay. I don't have to overpay. Come on.
You don't have to overpay. Get free Carfax reports on every car listed, only at Carfax.
New Mr. Clean Magic Erasers make impossible possible. Just wet and squeeze and effortlessly cut through 100% of dirt, grease, and grime. So this is
100% possible.
They're upgraded and last 2 times longer to tackle more messes. It's not just clean, it's Mr. Clean.
You know how some things in life just belong together? Sundays and self-care. Every Manny needs its petty. So why choose between scent and softness? Dove Body Wash with 24-hour micro moisture gives you both.
Arthritis causes pain in your joints. Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain caused by inflammation so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
My wife told me my hair was thinning, and I wanted to avoid that at all costs.
Let's go, baby.
I stopped hanging out with the guys because I didn't want to hear the wisecracks. So I did some research and found Nutrafol, which was cool because I had no idea there was a supplement for hair.
I liked that it was drug-free and then it was clinically tested.
My hair was getting stronger and thicker.
Nutrafol has just given me more confidence, which allows me to carry myself a little taller.
It felt real good to ditch the hat.
Hair growth starts from the inside at Nutrafol.com/men.
Modelo tastes good, but that first degree in the family, Modelo. That promotion, Modelo. or that traveled all day to surprise Abuela, Modelo. The one you earned is just better. That Modelo is the mark of a fighter.
Gonzaga is like basketball field of dreams. It's like a family.
It's one of the greatest stories in sports.
Bobby Hurley and Arizona State clinging to a 1-point lead at Iowa State. Our taste of success is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Get your Marco's Pizza now at marcos.com. The story for Arizona State, Fonz, paint touches leading to buckets.
Yes, the dribble penetration against an aggressive ball hawking defense can avail some wide open looks. Folks, as that basketball gets into the paint, watch the number of white shirts that are around it, and if you can see over and through it, it'll avail some wide open opportunities, whether it be at the rim, but particularly on the weak side of the floor from three. And it's been a terrific source of offense for Arizona State. 11 assists on 16 made field goals. That is highly efficient on the road.
They've got a chance to extend that lead up by one, an opportunity for their fifth quad one win of the season. Thanks to a couple top 15 wins in the last 2 weeks, Arizona State has worked their way back into the bubble conversation. Jop is short on the three, Plata snatches the rebound for Iowa State.
I didn't like that three.
Why not?
I felt they could have gotten a better shot on the other side of the floor. You got to move it and make that Iowa State defense move. When they've been able to do it consistently, it's availed some wide open opportunities for them throughout this game. He can make that.
Jefferson, nobody around him either, splashes in the three.
Improved area of his game, 31% from three last year, 35 this year.
And that was a big focus in the offseason for him, too, is improving that three-point shooting. Pass deflected, play to the steal, one-on-one against Chubb. It's an 8-0 run for Iowa State. Odom, pick and roll with Chubb. Jefferson slapped it away. Lipsey up to Jefferson and take off.
Electricity in the air. This is a Big East tournament, folks.
It's time to settle the score.
This is what it's all about. A champion will be crowned.
You know the crowd is ready.
The Big East Tournament, March 12th through the 14th on Fox and FS1.
In the land of Israel, before the Gospels, before the cross, there was David.
King Saul, you have nothing to fear from me. Please tell me how to help you.
Under the eyes of a mad king, he was hunted. Under the weight of destiny, he stood tall. And under the hand of God, he became a legend.
This day, the Lord will conquer you, and I will kill you.
I'm Zachary Levi, and this is David, King of Israel. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
Spring is the time to join Fox Nation. Sign up for just $2.99 a month. Start streaming today.
The United Football League is back. Professional football in the spring. A game experience like no other.
Beautiful throw, right on the money.
Big energy, high-flying plays, innovative tech.
Wow!
This is just the beginning.
My goodness!
This is the United Football League. It all kicks off March 27th on Fox.
I was in search of freedom. Sarah was in search of faith. Our lives were to become one. I am too old to bear a baby. I want you to have a child on my behalf. She was the first of the great matriarchs. Surely nothing is impossible for God.
The Faithful begins March 22nd on Fox.
When you put that jersey on, something comes over you.
Welcome
Welcome to the World Baseball Classic.
Bryce Harper,
Paul Skeens, Cal Raleigh,
Aaron Judge.
The World Baseball Classic, Great Britain versus USA, only on Fox.
It is loud inside Hilton Coliseum now, and that's because Iowa State is doing what they do so well, Fonz, and that's turning defense into offense.
Yes, indeed. Raising up that defensive pressure, able to play out in passing lanes and get a steal, and able to convert that one is Dominic Caspleta. And then the next possession, same thing. Joshua Jefferson just abusing job there, getting out in transition and dunking that one. They have 10 steals in this game. They're 13th in college basketball in steals per game at 9. Man, they've really ratcheted up that pressure, and it's been able to pay huge dividends on the offensive end of the floor.
From down 4 to up 6 in a blink of an eye, thanks to a 10-0 run. There's the numbers that you said. 10 steals. They've gotten live ball turnovers, and they've turned it into 18 points off of 14 Arizona State turnovers.
The Sun Devils have to be stronger with the basketball going forward. Nice cut.
And good pass, but Jefferson from the weak side snatches the ball out of the air. Coast to coast. No. Here's Odom, it's a 1-on-3. Spins it back out, open forward, spot up in transition, too strong.
Two straight steals led to baskets, and then all of a sudden what looked to be a sure layup, Joshua Jefferson comes and pins that on the glass. I'd say that defense is locked in now, can't leave him.
Momcilovic again! In made threes in a season in conference games. Another turnover. Jefferson, Momcilovic thought about it. Bateman, physical move inside, and he floats it in.
That's a prime example of what's happened. The physicality of Iowa State has taken that next level, risen up, and all of a sudden the Sun Devils are being casual with the basketball, and the Cyclones have patched.
Right on cue, another turnover, and here is numbers. Jefferson bounces, Heisey to Plata, 17-0 run for the Cyclones. Defense, that has been the story of this 17-0 run for Iowa State.
And it really started with Joshua Jefferson being aggressive against the ball handler. And on this possession here, what looked to be an easy backdoor cut, pins that on the glass, and that really set the table. Then out in transition, where I feel they're at their best and able to get to the front of the rim and finish it. Missed that one, but able to get out there. And then on the offensive end, double team off the wrong guy. You cannot leave Momcilovic, and he makes them play and knocks down that three. And how about bully ball there from the freshman, Jamarian Bateman, able to score there inside. And so the physicality of Iowa State has completely taken over this game and got them this 13-point cushion.
Well, tomorrow the NASCAR Cup Series is on FS1 for some full throttle action from the Jewel of the Desert in Phoenix. It's the Straight Talk Wireless 500 tomorrow at 3 Eastern on FS1.
Tyler Riddick is the current points leader and is aiming for his 4th win in this event.
You can talk everything. Basketball, racing, what can't LaFonso Ellis do? Come on now.
I can do your windows.
What's that?
I can do your windows, do a little dishes, you name it.
Oh, Iowa State defensively again forces another turnover, and then Pig Johnson called for a foul. And who else would it be right in the center of it than Taman Lipsey?
You cannot cross that basketball right in the front. Bateman's got really long arms, and if you cross that thing over, and now Lipsey doing what he does. Taman plays, getting on the floor, giving up his body to come up with that possession for his teammates.
I think that's trademarked, isn't it? Taman plays.
Yes.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be on a T-shirt or something. And if not, somebody should get one started.
There's an idea.
Yes.
Jefferson backing down the much smaller Ford. And a foul is called against McCabe. Well, Taman Lipsey, nobody does it better than this guy. All-time steals in Big 12 history. He's approaching 300, third most in conference history.
That's just incredible. Much of that is just toughness and hard playing and having a nose for the ball.
Momcilovic is short on the fadeaway deep two.
That's a little deep for the little Dirk shot. Even Dirk Nowitzki didn't shoot it that far out.
Ford, in-out dribble, hesitates, gets in the paint. Can't finish. Ball is tapped around, and Ford is holding on to his right ankle underneath the basket.
I was wondering if he ran into that stanchion.
It is still a 17-0 run for Iowa State. Bobby Hurley is trying to get things figured out here on the road.
Next Sunday, the spotlight hits Jerry's World for the biggest race party of the year. It's the first ever Grand Prix of Arlington. Planes, T-Pain, automobiles, and the greatest drivers in the world. The Java House Grand Prix, next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
You can do this. You can be the first millennial in history to book a trip on a device that is not their computer.
How? Yeah, how? I need a big screen to feel safe.
Kayak. They compare hundreds of sites, so you know you're getting the right flight, hotel, or rental car.
I'm scared.
We'll do it together.
Kayak. Got that right.
Your dog is sick of being trapped inside by your weed killer. So, he's taking matters into his own paws with Spruce, the weed killer that's safe for use around people and pets that kills weeds in one day. Spruce, pet-friendly, weed-deadly.
For 250 years, this land has shaped who we are. From generation to generation, fishing has always been part of the American story. And today, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's carry on that tradition with our biggest fishing and boating sale of the year, the Spring Classic Fishing Sale. Trade in your old rod and reel for a new one. Plus, club members enjoy special financing. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, celebrating 250 years of freedom, family, and fishing.
From day one, LeBron honed his skills until he became the chosen one. But what if the world never got to see all he could do? Things would look a lot different. That's why the LeBron James Family Foundation is partnering with Indeed, because everyone's skills deserve a chance to be seen.
Giant Slayer and God's Chosen. He united a kingdom and changed the course of history. I'm Zachary Levi, and this is David, King of Israel. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
Part of my design philosophy stems from the idea that the world is chaotic. In designing a home, I can design a refuge from that. Spectrum Mobile allows us to expand the walls of our office to the job site. I can pull up information that I otherwise wouldn't have access to. The internet is much more of a tool for us. I cannot imagine running my business without Spectrum.
Get your business free fiber-powered internet forever. Call to find out how.
Welcome to a place where discovery means more, where connection begins in the grandeur around you and grows into something deeper within you, where spaces shaped with intention turn curiosity into inspiration, where moments crafted just for you become memories that linger long after you leave. Welcome to Biltmore, where every experience is built for more.
Well, it's been a tough day for Bobby Hurley, large in part due to a 21-4 start to the second half for Iowa State after being down 4 at halftime. But he may not have the worst day of the Hurley brothers because Danny was ejected against Marquette earlier today. They have never been ejected on the same day. I don't have the advanced analytics on this, but I'm guessing they probably have been teed up on the same day together.
There's no question that they've been teed up on the same day. Who's more animated, Bobby or Danny? What do you think?
Having seen both, this is my first time doing an Arizona State game. I think Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's definitely redder.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah, he's torched right now.
It's a 17-0 run for Iowa State currently, 21-4, dating back to the start of the half. Oh, Lipsey pulled out the chair, and it caused a travel on Truitt.
And Truitt's only a sophomore, and he'll learn. Once you make that initial contact there, then you go straight up because he's 6'11". Taylor Lipsey is about 6'3", and you got to use your size there. Going for a little bit too much.
Well, Tamin Lipsey was trapped. He takes a timeout in the backcourt. Hoping that his final game ever in Hilton Coliseum is a win. A four-year senior from here in Ames, Iowa. They were a 1 seed, according to the selection committee, just 2 weeks ago, but they've lost 3 of the 4 games since then against great teams in the Big 12, keep in mind. So Mike DeCourcy has them currently on the 3 seed line, top 10 in the net. They've won 6 quad 1 games. And look at those wins on the right side. When you can win at #1 in the country and beat #2 as well, that's some big-time stuff.
Yeah, and again, being an undersized team, their ability to be able to control the backboard has led to some of those huge victories they've had, and to make a deep run into the NCAA tournament, they're going to have to do the same.
5 of their last 6 games against top 25 teams. The Big 12 is just nasty night after night.
And it seems like for those 5 teams in particular, that the schedule was backloaded, that they're all playing against each other.
Lipsey can't finish the layup, and there's a foul underneath against Iowa State. This is truly incredible stuff. They're on a 17-0 run. It's the 39th time this season they've had a run of double digits, the most of the country.
Not surprising with the way they can heat that defense up. And remember, folks, their strength is being able to turn teams over and get easy baskets out in transition. I'm not surprised at all.
McCabe in the lane, can't finish their contacts.
Yeah, I thought he got fouled, too. I thought he should have been at the foul line. It's amazing that he's even playing today. He's been dealing with an ankle issue, fell on his back in the last game. Talk about a guy giving up himself to help his teammates. Big heart there by number 23 in black.
He's been questionable the last 3 games. We didn't get word until about 30 minutes before tip-off today that he would, in fact, give it a go. Mayusin. Here's Truitt. Cross court. Odom. Nice. Touch pass to Ford. Attacks baseline. Mayusin, one more. Great ball movement leads to an Odom 3, but it's way off the mark. They just can't buy a bucket right now.
You really can't. Anytime you see Odom shoot one like that, then you know something is going on, because he's usually money. Speaking of,
it's money on the other end.
67% of his made field goals are threes. That's the highest on the team.
A 20-0 run. Arizona State has missed its last 7 shots. There is a foul underneath the basket against Iowa State.
Samarion Bateman, man, when he's able to knock down shots, it takes this offense to a different level. Look at his teammates enjoying. Fans are loving it too.
Ford steps into a deep 3. Jefferson flying in for the rebounds.
Short is hurt. She's down. Number 1 in black. Numbers here.
Jefferson, whoa! A foul against Arizona State. Sends Joshua Jefferson to the free throw line on a whistle against Bryce Ford.
Nice little pass, and Josh Jefferson getting to the hoop there. Almost. The officials hesitated for a moment because I wondered if they thought that was a little excessive.
Yeah.
And I think that was pretty close to being a flagrant. Arizona State fortunate there. If it were not for Cam Boozer at Duke, Joshua Jefferson would get my book for National Player of the Year.
I think he is so under-recognized when it comes to that word. I get it. Cam Boozer is going to win it, and he should. But Joshua Jefferson just did not get the discussion surrounding National Player of the Year this year like he should.
I couldn't agree more. Big, strong, high IQ, playmaking four. Get steals, deflections, block shots, rebounds. We've seen all of that on display this afternoon.
He's been a big piece behind this 21-0 run for Iowa State.
6'9", 2 triple-doubles on the year. Impressive.
Odom, they need something here. Falling away, he airballed it. But he does track it down. Shot clock did not reset. Ford too strong on the three.
Getting wide open looks and just cannot make them.
A scoring drought of almost 8 minutes for Arizona State. Momcilovic step back three. I'm so surprised when he misses one.
Same here. Because my brain went, but as he was letting it go, uh-oh. You don't want to leave that guy open.
Well, along to your point, in the KenPom Player of the Year rankings, they have Cam Boozer winning it, but they have just Joshua Jefferson in the 2 spot right behind Boozer in their rankings for National Player of the Year.
It's not only his point production, rebounding, but it's the efficiency, it's the creating opportunities for others. I mean, how many guys 6'9" or above are averaging over 5 assists a game in college? Yeah.
Johnson, too tall on the three. 11 straight misses for the Sun Devils. Lipsey. Yes!
What helped Arizona State early is their ability to be able to get that basketball in the paint either off the bounce or off the pass. Iowa State has completely shut their water off in that phase of the game here in the second half.
Jop does get a paint touch, and it will result in 2 free throws.
Because when you can get in the paint, it creates rotations, and rotations mean that you typically have numbers on the weak side of the floor. Arizona State able to take advantage, and second half here, Iowa State, man, that defense has been excellent and early.
Even at the free throw line, Arizona State just cannot get anything. Have not scored in 8 minutes and 45 seconds. A 24-0 run for Iowa State is finally put to an end there with the Jop free throw.
And all having to do with the defensive pressure from Iowa State having been ratcheted up here in the second half.
Bateman steps into it in transition, won't go. Johnson the rebound, here comes Odom. All 5 white jerseys get back in a blur. And there is a blocking foul called on Bateman.
Johnson, glad to see him get up off the floor and wrap that around his back there. And Lipsey reached in on the backside. He's trying to protect the basketball. Fans don't like it, but I thought it was the proper call.
It's the 4th foul against Bateman, so he checks out with just over 8 to go. To a round of applause and some fans with a standing ovation. Foul off the ball, that's on Momcilovic, holding on to Bryce Ford.
The 2 guys in the first half for Arizona State that really got them a momentum going. Pig Johnson and Mo Odom, those guys have completely been shut out here in the second half.
I would make the argument That everyone has been shut out for Arizona State in the second half.
Yeah, those guys that are the engines behind it, and you start with those guys. If you can shut them down, then it just makes the rest of the offense clunky, and they've not been able to get any wide open looks, at least out of their offense.
Yeah. The Toledo transfer, Bryce Ford, hits a pair of free throws, cuts the deficit down to 17.
See if Arizona State will start to trap some of these ball screens and these exchanges.
Lipsey lobs, Plata inside, wrestling through contact, +1.
Ford had a handful of jersey. And folks, I love when you can recognize mismatches out there on the floor and doing a nice job of finding Plata inside. Jersey held, everything going on down there, still able to finish.
How did I get here? A grandma with vision loss from wet AMD, riding across the desert. It started when Vabysmo opened up my world. I was worried I was losing sight of the world around me, but my doctor recommended Vabysmo. Vabysmo is different. It's the only treatment thought to block 2 causes of wet AMD. I was so excited when my granddaughter asked me to ride across the desert with her, knowing that Vabysmo improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Vabysmo could cause eye infection, retinal detachment, temporary increase in eye pressure, an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke, or severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your doctor or retina specialist right away.
Now I've got my sights set on the road ahead. Open up your world with Vabysmo.
The #1 prescribed FDA-approved treatment for wet AMD. Ask your retina specialist about Vabysmo.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
Yeah! Woo!
What did she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
We actually sold the Twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
Yeah! If you need a tan, I'm your man.
Could do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Gillette Labs is just a fancy-looking Fusion 5? No, it ain't. It's Gillette's best shave. And its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer. Hey, Joe, come feel my cheeks.
Dad.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
The most affordable German-engineered car brand in America is also the most fun. With high-performance handling, style, and space. Not to mention, whoa-inducing turbo. What are you waiting for? Get in the driver's seat during Volkswagen Driver Days. Get 0.9% APR or a $1,000 customer bonus on a select new 2026 Tiguan during Volkswagen Driver Days.
With Fairlife Ultra Filtered Milk, you'll savor life's simple moments. With 50% more protein, 50% less sugar. And of course, it's delicious. Fairlife.
Welcome to the World Baseball Classic. Bryce Harper, Paul Skeens, Cal Raleigh, Aaron Judge.
Great Britain versus USA, only on Fox.
Sometimes numbers don't always tell the full story, but those second half numbers absolutely tell the full story.
This Iowa State defense has been stifling, only giving up a touchdown here in the second half.
And it's been because of the defense turning into offense.
Well, that's who they are. It's their identity. 4th in all of college basketball in points off turnovers in 19. And they forced this Arizona State team, was usually pretty good with the basketball, in the 18 turnovers and surrendering 22 points off their turnovers. I thought Iowa State did a terrific job of ratcheting up their defensive pressure on the basketball. Their rotations have been strong and early, and it's really just shut down the offense of this Arizona State Sun Devils team.
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall at halftime for what TJ Otzelberger said, because, man, did it work.
Yes. I mean, because they were unusually careless with the basketball, like little careless turnovers, not being strong with it. The rotations were slow. And that has not been the case here in the second half.
Another turnover. That's been the story of the second half for Arizona State.
19 turnovers now in this game for the Sun Devils.
Jefferson spins. Almost turned it over. 5 to shoot. Momcilovic to the elbow. Backdoor cut taken away by Johnson.
A lot of time left in this game. That's a momentum 3 if he can make it.
Mayusin can't connect on it, and it's boarded by Momcilovic.
Even when the Sun Devils have gotten wide open looks here in the second half, they've just not been able to make them. And you just wonder if that defensive pressure all of a sudden starts to get into your legs a bit.
Momcilovic curls off a screen. That's too strong. Offensive rebound, Plata, and he's fouled going back to the free throw line. Well, TJ Otzelberger has been incredible with this program since he's taken over. 119 wins, the most in program history through 5 seasons, and he is a week and 1 day from hearing Iowa State's name called on Selection Sunday all 5 seasons since he's taken over.
Indeed, and have been a consistent top 25 team as well.
And this building has been nearly impossible for teams to come in and win. Over the last 3 years, Fonz, the home record in Hilton Coliseum for Iowa State, 48-3. Oh, wow.
It's my first time here, and I have not been disappointed at all. People are so very nice, and they love this Cyclone team. This place is loud.
They are nice before the game, but then they are loud, like you said, once this game starts.
Awfully courteous as well.
Yeah.
Look at how quick the rotations are and how early they are.
Finally, Gribovic hits a 3. That was the first field goal in almost 10.5 minutes for Arizona State.
Incredible.
Jefferson spots up.
I think for this Iowa State team to be a Final Four team, Killian Torrey is going to have to be able to make an open shot.
Yeah.
And he's completely lost his confidence over the last several weeks.
Let's take a look at your awards around the Big 12. I don't think it's any surprise the way that you like Joshua Jefferson, that's your player of the year.
Without a doubt. The way he impacts the game in so many different ways. The scoring, the assisting, the rebounding, the deflections, the steals. No question about it. And how about Tommy Lloyd? He's got 2 freshmen in that lineup. They lose Henry Vessar, goes to North Carolina. No problem. Still one of the top 2 teams in the country. And A.J. Devonsa, my goodness, what a year he's had. He leads the nation in scoring and is primarily responsible for that BYU team. He's maybe the ceiling for that team this year is the Sweet 16, but awfully good.
Chop is fouled, and then he got teed up. Said something to Buchanan after he went to the ground, drawing the foul on the 3-pointer. Now, there you go. You see Jop lean up and say something to Buchanan. Those 2 were jawing back and forth right before the inbounds as well. Here, you can see it right here. They were going at it and even had to be stopped and stepped in front of.
Just sharing a few pleasantries there. And that's a shame because that took away. I mean, how many 7-footers do you know that can cross that thing over and step back on that one? Not too many.
You know, I didn't see the problem, Fonz, because that's how you talk to me before games, too.
But always pleasantly.
Yeah, always, of course.
With a smile. Drivers here. Please.
Momcilovic rattles in a couple free throws on the technical, and so now Jop will go to the line for 3.
Sportsman-like technical foul. Yeah. I don't know, buddy. When you're down 20, I wouldn't be trash talking. Very awkward situation.
It has been a tough second half for Arizona State, who was up 4 at halftime, but Bobby Hurley's team is minus 24 in the second half.
Yes.
And you asked Coach Hurley about Jop before the game, and he said, you know, pretty quickly after we got him, we kind of had to reevaluate of how long we're actually going to have him here, because he is most certainly an NBA guy.
There is, without a doubt. I mean, you could see all the raw talent and skill and things that you can't teach, like instinct and balance and movement. He's one of those guys that, regardless of how quick your guards are on the opposing team in short shot clock situations, he sits down like Kevin Garnett, and you cannot get by him. That is a luxury to have.
And that is some high praise from you.
Oh.
A foul called against Gribovich. Or no, they're saying Odom is called for the foul. It's Gribovich who's down on the ground, though, for Arizona State.
Yeah, he took a really nice shot. Yeah, that left arm just swiped him right across the face there. I still say all the time, though, I don't know how guys play basketball and as physical as they are and not wear a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No, they're going to go over the monitor to see if there was anything extra there as we take a look around college basketball. How cool was that last night? Miami, Ohio, perfect season, 31-0, winning in overtime at Ohio, and I don't think it should have been a question for the last couple weeks, but most certainly common foul, as you just heard there. I don't think it should be any question now. This team absolutely belongs in the field.
Yes, even had they lost last night, I thought that they still were deserving to be there. So I'm glad it worked out in their favor. Travis Steele has done a tremendous job there.
The explanation that was given to us was nothing but a common foul because the follow-through on Lipsey was just a basketball play.
How about the job that Travis Steele has done with Miami of Ohio? You talk about a guy who was fired from Xavier and looked like he was kind of exiled, and he takes that team and gets them to an NCAA tournament. Incredible. Undefeated as well.
I'll be interesting to see if the top 2 seeds out of the MAC play in the MAC championship game, what happens, because Akron is 17-1 in the league with their only loss being Miami. I could see Akron doing something at the MAC tournament.
I would agree.
Lipsey on a pair of free throws pushes the lead back up to 20. On the verge of their 49th home win in the last 3 years. They call it Hilton Magic for a reason.
Late in games when it's Arizona State, you say it's Odom time, but they've been able to shut him completely down here in the second half.
That's Trevor Best, the 3rd-string point guard who did not play in the first half, but he's playing some minutes now, connects on a 3.
Gives some defensive energy off the bench, especially when the guards are in foul trouble.
And Best is called for a reach in there against Lipsey. So 1-1 coming for Tamin Lipsey. Or 2.
Just fun to watch his progression. 3rd team all Big 12 last year. It just makes a huge impact on the game. Hometown hero, elite playmaker. And he's one of those guys that you can truly say he only cares about winning. Whatever's necessary to win. Coming up with a big bucket, a rebound, a defensive stop, giving his body up to dive on the floor for loose balls. Lipsey has done it all.
And TJ Otzelberger said it's easy to say now as you look back, but there is quite literally no better fit for what we want Iowa State basketball to be than Tamin Lipsey. Odom dribbled it off his foot. It goes back to Iowa State. And I can only imagine how loud this place is going to be in a couple minutes when TJ Otzelberger takes out Tamin Lipsey for the final time on this
floor. Indeed. And deservedly so.
Momcilovic can't leave him alone. 4-3 of the day, and he's tied for 2nd in Big 12 history in made threes in conference games in a season.
Wow.
Gribovich swirls out on the three. Bateman the rebound for Iowa State. Bateman circles his way into the lane, hangs in the air, can't finish. Play to the offensive rebound, and a stick back.
Yeah, Plate has really given this Iowa State Cyclone team some really good minutes off the bench. He's got 11 points now in this game. Nice shot fake.
Gribovich steps into a mid-range jumper, and it swirls around and out, but he's got 2 free throws coming on the other side. Hooray for Ames. It is all Iowa State here at Hilton Coliseum. A dominant second half for number 6 in the country.
Take me to the river. Drop me in the water.
With the all-new Jeep Cherokee Hybrid's 500-plus miles on a single tank, 30% more cargo space, and legendary 4x4 capability, you have everything you need to get to the river safely.
Bye, Billy.
He's doing it. But after that, you're on your own. Stay safe with 140 safety features in the all-new Jeep Cherokee Hybrid.
This is still Domino's best deal ever. I mean, it's the only deal that gets you any Domino's pizza with any toppings for just $9.99.
You're saving $20.
Said save like $32.89.
Only at Domino's.
New Swiffer Mop Deluxe is made for small spaces. The upgraded strip has 75% more scrubbing power. And with the new locking head, getting into tight spaces is simple.
Can I borrow it?
The all-new Swiffer Mop Deluxe, the mother of all cleans.
How deep do you think it is?
Mark, Keith, what you doing?
We think it's a drainage issue.
No, I know what they're working on. What are you guys doing? Young homeowners turning into their parents. Love a job site.
Yep, reinforced concrete.
Here we go.
It's an incredible thing.
Hey, fellas, I saw some work getting done at the middle school. Is this related?
I don't know.
Just had a question about the wiring inside there.
Let's go.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
We'll be back, fellas.
We won't.
You know how some things in life just belong together? Sundays and self-care. Every Manny needs its petty, so why choose between scent and softness? Dove Body Wash with 24-hour micro moisture gives you both.
You're in canyons and on summits, going the distance for the perfect ingredient, and navigating to places you've never been. This is what you do. This is who you are. And you have no intention of ever giving that up. Make your pastimes last a lifetime with Lincoln Financial.
Oh, I'll have another. Make it a double.
Dad, Mom thinks she's at a resort again.
Yeah, she told me.
When you'd rather not resort to a virtual resort,
This is much better in real life.
it matters where you stay.
Looking good, babe.
Book your spring break travel now. Hilton for the stay.
Coming up after Arizona State, Iowa State, it is NHRA Top Fuel All-Star call-out, and among today's competitors, NASCAR legend Tony Stewart. That's next here on FS1 once we're done with college hoops in Ames. Guys.
Rob, thank you. These guys are running around as fast as
right.
well, too, all the way around the stadium. 80-57, the lead for Iowa State after being down 4 at halftime, and they have had a number of top 10 wins. They go on the road at Mackey and throttle Purdue. Then they come back home, take down top 10 Kansas by 18, holding Bill Self's team to a season low in points. Just a couple weeks ago, a 3-point win over then number 2 Houston as well. And so I ask you, Fonz, how deep can this team go in the tournament this year?
I think they're a Final Four caliber team. I do get concerned, though, if they can get to a Final Four. I think the one thing that could potentially keep them from getting into a championship game is, again, you have to have all 5 guys out there on the floor be a threat on the offensive end. And as I think of Arizona, as I think of Michigan, as I think of those types of teams, they fit more that narrative, and which, in my mind, Bateman, you know, can make threes. Momcilovic can make threes. The best defensive player that they have on this team is Killian Toure. He's got to be able to find his confidence. He's not got to make 3 necessarily a game, but he's got to be able to make 1 to force those guys to have to play him, which opens up now the lanes for them to be able to attack off the bounce, which will create opportunities in the paint and on the weak side for open shots.
Jefferson goes back to the free throw line here after the foul.
I love this Iowa State Cyclone team. I love the balance. I mean, positional size, strong perimeter, physical defense, and everyone willing to give up their bodies for the sake of the team.
And several guys who came back because they felt they had unfinished business.
I felt the injuries kept them from getting there last year because Curtis Jones and Keyshawn Gilbert were some bad dudes out on that perimeter.
Back cut, this is Best on the baseline, flushes it.
One of the first times in the second half that Arizona State's been able to get any sort of penetration either off the bounce or off the pass.
Certainly too little too late at this point. Down 21 after being up 4 at halftime. There was a 24-0 run at one point in this second half for Iowa State. 5 to shoot. Here comes Lipsey, isolates, crosses over in the paint, step back, mid-range, fall away, why not?
That's nasty.
Gribovich contested by Lipsey. Ford, touch pass to the corner, here's Best. Bateman suffocates him. Lipsey tips it away. How fitting that the final moments of his career in Hilton Coliseum are a steal and a transition bucket. A reach-in foul here, as a number of the seniors who are reserves that don't get a ton of minutes are set to check in at the scores table. Eric Mulder, Dominic Nelson, and Nate Heisey, who does get regular minutes, set to check in for Iowa State after this first free throw.
You know, how good has this defense been of Iowa State tonight? Forced 22 turnovers and a whopping 29 points off of those.
Seniors all on the floor together, you imagine, for maybe a minute before TJ Otzelberger takes them out. It'll be Iowa State's 25th win of the season. Only 2 times ever have they won 25-plus games in a season. It's about to be the 3rd. Nelson, the senior, drops it off to Heisey. Kick out. Nelson in the lane, rises up and won't get the bounce. But it stays on this end. Been that kind of second half for Arizona State.
Yeah, that's emblematic of how this whole second half has been. I mean, open shots, they've missed them. Opportunities to corral defensive rebounds, they've missed those as well.
Chance of Taman Lipsey reigning in from the Hilton faithful.
Yes. Well deserved.
Jefferson. And rebounded by Ford. Ford slicing through the defense of the baseline, lays it in.
I like Bryce Ford. He's got a little pop to his game. The lefty can knock down threes, can get to the rack. A solid defensive player as well.
Timeout taken. And here we go. Listen to this place as Lipsey exits the floor. It's Nate Heisey first. Joshua Jefferson next. And Taman Lipsey checking out for the final time. A special, special career that still has a lot of basketball left to be played,
yes.
But that was his final moment in Hilton Coliseum. Torrey can't get the runner. It goes back to Arizona State.
Yeah, senior day was always tough, man, because you, as a competitor, you're ready to get out there and compete, and yet you're dealing with the emotional side of it as well, going, man, this will be the last time on this floor that I get a chance to go to battle with these guys, and it's not an easy balance.
Especially when those festivities are before the game,
yes.
10 minutes before.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. You go from being teary-eyed to looking at your opponent going, I got to get you. I've got to get you here.
A turnover, which has been the story all day.
Yes.
The 23rd of the day for Arizona State. Nelson, here's Mulder. Couple seniors. Kelderman for three.
Well, left-handers make everything look good. I just thought that was going in.
A dominant second half for the number 6 team in the country on Taman Lipsey's senior day. The Cyclones pull away and win it by 21 over Arizona State.